Hi again then guys, and welcome to another Forza Horizon 3 speed build, and this particular build is for an older vehicle, certainly a classic, an iconic classic, the Aston Martin DB5. Pretty expensive at 800,000 credits, but if you're looking purely for straight line performance from your classic cars, this one definitely delivers. It's one of the quickest classics in the game. It's not quite Jag D-type territory, certainly not, but it's not slow either. Now I'd recommend, as you can see, the V10 engine conversion, giving you that full 1200 horsepower, as well all-wheel drive, as I would always recommend. Some people may not want that. That's fair enough. If you don't want it, just don't fit it. As far as the aspiration, of course, the twin turbo. It's pretty obvious, really. And for the rest, it's down to you. I believe, if memory serves, I may have increased the rim size just a little bit, yeah, up to 17s, because I love wire wheels, but the standard ones are a little bit too small for my taste. Stuff like that, of course, it's down to you. Now, if you like the way it looks and you just want to get this tune on your car, you can find it on my storefront using the keywords down below. But if you'd rather do it yourself, as you can see from the benchmark, the top speed in particular really is the standout of all of this car's specs. 268 miles per hour is pretty good, certainly quicker than I was expecting it to be. I was hoping for maybe 250 out of this. That's pretty strong. 3 seconds to 60 is also very good, 5.6 to 100. Now for the gearbox, I would recommend 3.2 on the final drive, then 2.89, 2, 1.5, 1.18, 0.95 and 0.77. So pretty familiar ratios to those who have used my tunes before. Neutral camber, neutral toe, 5 degrees of caster, so a little bit higher than we've been doing recently. Again, that's because it's a classic, it's a little bit softer in its cornering ability. And that's just to keep it in check, keep it a bit stiffer, especially when you're weaving through traffic at higher speeds. Anti-roll we've got on 30 and 21, springs on 184 and 177. I've opted for the lowest ride height. You don't have to do that though, it's down to personal preference. For dampers we've got those on 15 and 7, aero doesn't apply, and for the diff we've got 100% and 0 for deceleration. But of course you can change those around. I would always recommend trying other settings to what I've done, because no two people's driving style is exactly the same. As far as the centre split, I would recommend 70%. At least that's what works well for me. With a classic especially, I would recommend going a little bit more towards 70 or even lower, because of how loose the front end can be, especially at higher speeds. But again, it's down to you. So all that remains, of course, is to take it out on the street, as we always do, to see how quick it actually goes. Overall then, the performance on this car in a straight line in particular is certainly far from lacking. The acceleration is fantastic, the top speed is certainly good enough to take on most supercars and even beat some of them, and the handling, it has to be said, is very good for a car of its age. This is a vehicle which isn't necessarily an essential purchase, certainly not for 800,000 credits, but for those who do like older Aston Martin models, who maybe just want to support the brand in general and represent them, or just like this car specifically, you won't be disappointed. It's certainly worth buying if you're into classics, and as I said, if you're looking to use this car in racing, it's definitely got that potential there. So there are plenty more tunes like this on the channel to check out if you enjoyed this one, but for now, as always, thanks for watching.